Okay, I want to welcome everybody to Omaha, Carlentini, and beyond, where we talk about Sicilian and Italian genealogy, history, and culture. Um, we build this as a weekly Tuesday afternoon discussion group for people with Sicilian and Italian ancestry or that are interested in those cultures, with a focus on genealogy, and then of course the cultural aspect. And um, so my name is Nick Cimino. I'm a genealogist and blogger at ancestorpuzzles.com. So I wanted to say thank you to our team members. And speaking of team, if anybody is able to send a Facebook message or something like that to Eleonora, it just occurred to me that we're still disjointed because of the time change. So she may think that it doesn't start for another hour. So if would somebody volunteer to send her a Facebook message? Could I see a hand? Okay, Trish is going to do that. Nick, go ahead and do it too. We'll get her attention. Okay, so I wanted to thank Mary Kay, first of all, for being our recording expert. And I also wanted to thank her for her efforts on the cemetery. It's just been kind of brought home to me this week, working on some stuff that came up with our discussion last week with Dale Vanderwood. What a wonderful thing it is to have the cemetery digitized and to be able, because he was telling me about family members that he met up with, but he wasn't quite sure how they were related. So I was able to figure that all out with the help of the cemetery records.
It's a treasure that we have that.
Yeah, it is amazing. And I want to thank you and Nick G for your work on that. And where is Monica? Monica, you just did an outstanding job of working on the cemetery as well. So thank you. Bob Hughes, I don't see Bob, but as you know, Bob Hughes does our spreadsheet, which probably need to send out here. I don't think I actually sent out the latest one that he did. Dean Badiato. Dean has been so helpful in terms of sending me information about the various families that we discuss in the course of these meetings. He sends me, their birth dates if I don't have them, and the names of their children. And he's been also he's got several suggestions on topics that we might want to consider for the first. So Danette Heim says, can you please send me an invite via messenger, email, and text in hopes I can get one of them to work? Oh, come on, Danette. Again, I'm going to put the link in our chat, and maybe somebody can volunteer. Does anybody have Danette in their contacts? Let's see here. Meeting. Okay, so copy link. Okay, so this is the link for the meeting. Now you can forward that to anyone that you like, and if somebody would volunteer to send that to Danette, that would be helpful. The thing about that link is do not post it online, because we have had some Zoom bombers come in on us based on things being posted on Facebook. But yeah, if you wanted to forward that by email or Facebook message or text message to a friend, that'd be great. Let me just see if I can send it by Facebook message.
I just
to
sent
the
it to
next-
her by Facebook Messenger, Nick.
Okay, thank you, Mary Kay. Let's see. So where were we? All right, so other thank yous that I want to make are to Jim Beckman, of course. Jim has got a tremendous family tree that is really kind of the go-to resource for me. I don't see him today. Didn't see him last night either, so I hope everything's, oh, there he is. Hi, Jim. Thank you so much for your family tree. Nick Gibalisco, he
Yes,
is
sir.
our go-to guy on Italian citizenship, and I've been passing people along to him. And if you don't know, Nick is the guy of I Know a Guy.
Yes.
You want to say something about that, Nick?
No, that last guy that sent me that Frank Casca,
Yeah.
whatever his name is, he came to me with a story about his either grandfather or great grandfather that was born in Texas from an Italian immigrant in 1867. And I was like, no way is that even, I was like, no one was coming here that early. No way, no way, no way. And then I dug in and found some obituaries, and sure enough, his great great grandfather immigrated in 1865 to Texas and started having kids there, and now he's having to look into getting delayed birth certificates issued for his family members, since it was way earlier than we ever started creating civil records for. But yeah, he was a very interesting case that I'm just helping out with.
Yeah, I was wondering about how that would work when you're prior to civil registration. So you have to get what's called the delayed birth certificate.
Yeah, they will accept the baptism record, but he doesn't know where that would have occurred at that time. So they won't issue a delayed birth certificate for a deceased person either. They think there's no reason for that, but you can get a court order and force them to create a delayed birth certificate. So he needs to do that for a couple different members of his family. So it's going to be a pricey journey to citizenship for Mr. Casca.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you're handling that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I told him he had to root for the Huskers one game.
That's appropriate payment.
Yes.
Ciao
Okay,
ragazzi.
so ciao Silvana.
Ciao, Silvana.
Ciao.
No Eleonora.
Non c'è
stasera.
Eleonora, e come facciamo adesso? Io non capisco niente.
Ti posso aiutare io, Silvana, se vuoi ti posso
Grazie.
aiutare.
Piacere, non ti ho mai vista. Sei di Lentini?
No, veramente io sono fuori di questo gruppo perché vengo dalla provincia di Trapani. Sì, ma t'ho vista la settimana scorsa, sono stato un poco, ho partecipato un poco.
Ecco,
Ma sono di
non mi ricordo.
Castellammare, sono di Castellammare del Golfo, nella provincia
Io ho
di
un'amica che si chiama come te, sai? Si chiama Angela Pizzo.
che si chiama Landricina.
No, non Landricina, Pizzo. Angela
Pizzo, sì. Io sono nata a Pizzo, Landricina è il nome che qui in America si usa prendere
Certo.
sposa, sì.
Grazie, se mi fai la traduzione. mi fai un
Since
po'
Silvana is here, I want to say grazie mille per tua assistenza con mio
cugino.
cugino.
Allora, Stiamo organizzando una bella festa per domenica dopo la messa.
She said that they
Perché,
are,
sì, vai.
okay, she said that they are organizing a party for Sunday.
Oh,
What
wow.
is, what's the occasion for the party?
Perché
Così
My
l'occasione.
cousin
allora,
who lives in Nevada is going to be in Carlentini next Sunday and is going to go to the church service in Carlentini and meet up with Silvana. And then we have several of our cousins that Silvana is organizing for the Grande Festa.
sì. Allora, noi dobbiamo festeggiare Benette che poi parte il giorno 30 e nel frattempo festeggiamo anche con il cugino di Nick. Anzi, se ha dei cugini, cioè, Nick, se i tuoi cugini di Carlentini vogliono venire, dimmelo, così io li invito.
Okay, so she said that they're going to celebrate. They're going to celebrate on the 30th. They are the cousins involved. Your voice went in and la voce non la sento sempre.
Ah, non la senti bene, sì.
Sì,
Vediamo, ti
sì.
ripeto. Ci sono dei cugini di Nick che abitano a Carlentini e sono
Okay, so
cugini
they
anche
are
di suo cugino che viene dall'America. Per cui se loro
they're-
vogliono venire alla festa, io li invito. Hai sentito?
sì, ho sentito. Allora,
Bene, grazie.
there are some of Nick's cousins who are going to participate at this party, and she would, and there are other people apparently, and so she would be more than happy to invite the rest of the families.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Silvana.
Posso
Grazie
telefonare a
mille.
Salvatore. Salvatore e Arianna potrei invitare. Che dici?
So
Oh.
she's saying she could call someone by the name of Salvatore. Can she call?
Mhm.
Ok,
Sì.
ha detto che
Vabbè.
puoi chiamare.
Ok, ci penso io. Ok.
Okay, so I see Connie Martell put a thank you in the chat log. She says, I would also like to thank those in the group that contributed to organizing the information from the Carlentini Cemetery. It helps so many of us personally. What a treasure we have now with the cemetery and the birth, marriage, and death records. So we need to find some way to thank Nuccio Costa for the photographs. He did tremendous work. And so, and Dean wants to know, is Tammy Pizzo and Maria Pizzo Landrasciana related?
Landricina.
L'Andriscina.
Allora, you pronounce Landricina.
Landrascina,
Landricina.
okay.
Okay, so what was your
You guys
question?
related? Are you guys related?
Yep. I think Tammy could talk about it a bit more than me. Yes, we are related.
We're distantly related, yes, but I consider her close anyway.
What part of Sicily is the family from?
Okay, so the pizza that we are talking about right now, the pizza that Tammy and I are related, are connected with, they are from Cinisi, going back to the 1700 and, the 1600. But, and this is something that I discovered in the process of researching all these things. I always thought that everybody named Pizzo was from Cinisi, that was the original birthplace, but it's actually Messina, where they came from. Okay,
Pizzo,
so they
Pizzo
came.
Calabro. Penso che viene dalla città di Pizzo Calabro.
Allora sì, stavo dicendo proprio che la famiglia Pizzo pensavo che fosse di origine di Cinisi, che è un paesetto nella provincia di Palermo, però con le ricerche ho scoperto che venivano da Messina e penso che, come dici tu, forse non sono neanche siciliani, ma che sono
calabresi.
calabresi.
Sì, vabbè, Messina e Calabria sono vicinissimi.
Okay, so what I would what I was saying to Silvana is that I have a suspicion that perhaps the Pizzos are not originally from Sicily, not even from Messina, but they are from Calabria. And the reason why I think that is because many, many centuries ago, when you were named, it wasn't that you had a last name, and very often people will refer to you as of the place of your birth or the place where your family came from. So let's say if you go to Sicily, there are a lot of families named Messina in my town. My town is nowhere near Messina, but they're named Messina because back many centuries ago, somebody from Messina came to my part of Sicily, and they would say, in their small talk, John, that guy, Messina, from Messina. And then the name sticks. Another way would be to be referred, oh, he's the son of, very much like you have here in the US, Johnson, which means son of John, in the same way. So this is how you get these names. Ho spiegato come i cognomi in italiano.
Ho capito.
Ok.
Sì, ho capito perché hai parlato piano piano, quindi ho capito.
Ok.
Comunque la città precisa da dove dovresti provenire è Pizzo Calabro.
Sì, lo so, ci sono
Ah,
stata.
lo sai già.
Ci sono stata. So I'm explaining to her that I've traveled to this place in Calabria called Pizzo Calabro, and it's the town of Pizzo is real pretty. It's by the water.
Sì,
So if you ever go in Calabria, it's beautiful like Sicily too. So if you ever go
Allora,
there, make a stop.
penso che sei parente anche con la mia amica Angela Pizzo.
Angela.
You live, Maria.
Pensa che Angela Pizzo ha fatto il sindaco a Carlentini negli anni 70. È stata la prima donna sindaco a Carlentini.
A Carlentini. Allora, negli anni 1500 i Pizzi si cominciavano a muoversi e si sono dispersi in tutta la Sicilia, e quindi è possibile. So
no, delle donne molto particolari. La zia addirittura faceva l'allenatrice di una squadra femminile di pallavolo sempre negli anni 70, quindi era già una donna molto avanti come mentalità, persone in gamba.
Okay, so Silvana was telling me about the various pizza women who have many leadership qualities. One of them happens to be was a mayor of Carlentini. And I had explained to her that in the 1500s, the pizza from Messini started to spread out, not just going to Cinisi and Carini, but also to other parts of Sicily. One of them in particular, a small town called Belmonte Mezzago.
Really interesting how the surnames sort of disperse and go in various locations. Thank you for that, Maria. So I want to continue with some of my thank yous. And one person in particular I'd like to thank is Trish Coate. Trish has also worked on the cemeteries and done a tremendous amount of work in the Omaha cemeteries. But one effort that she is involved in for Carlentini is on the cemetery registers. And she has developed a spreadsheet where we can transcribe the information from the cemetery registers. And I haven't forgotten about that, Trish. I want you to know that's still on my to-do list, and hopefully we can get more people involved. So thank you for doing that. And if anybody wants to help Trish, please send her a note. She can walk you through the process of how to work this spreadsheet. It's pretty straightforward, but you know, if you've lost the link, we did share that, I think, but I can. That's something I'll put on my to-do list, is to share the link.
Okay.
With the entire email list.
Yeah, it's all of the headings are written in Italian, of course, but it's pretty logical to follow. It is just transcribing what's written on the page.
If you have the link handy, Trish, and you just want to put it in the chat, that would be helpful.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. So Juicy's not on with us today, but I wanted to congratulate her on the release of her book. You know, she's been a backup translator for us on these meetings, and I especially want to thank Maria Pizzo Landracina for just stepping in and becoming a translator tonight. That is so wonderful. We really needed you tonight.
You're welcome.
Salvo Folletti's not with us either, but he has given us some great contributions in the discussion here lately, and I hope we see him again soon. And of course, his connection to his father, Giuseppe Folletti, who is a retired officer of the Ufficio Anagrafe e Stato Civile, where the records are kept in Carlentini. And he was the guy back in the 90s that connected me with a lot of these relatives that Silvana is going to organize on Sunday. Gary Gibalisco, is Gary with us? Hi, Gary. I wanted to thank you for placing an online tree, and I keep finding stuff in your tree, Gary, that is useful to me. So I just want to thank you for that. Some of the stuff I did for Dale Vanderwood, I found in your tree. So that's great. Those of you who do online trees, you're doing a great service. And so thank you very much for that. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, and those of you who have ancestors from places other than Carlentini, I wanted to thank you for that. And we do want to recognize that the Italians of Omaha is quite a diverse group, with people from Calabria and of course Sicily and all over in Italy. So the more we can highlight these towns and learn about the history of these towns, I think that's great. Let me just mention briefly, last night we had our monthly night meeting, which was an accommodation for those who work that can't attend this afternoon meeting. And unfortunately, Sherry, you're screen sharing. I'm not sure if that's what you wanted to do. Okay. But anyway, I wanted to tell you that we had two people on with myself last night, Ken Caniglia or Canelia, depending on your pronunciation, and Terry Turco Snodgrass. And Ken, of course, the Canelia family of Carlentini is legendary. And of course, the Canelias of Omaha as well. But Ken lives in Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona, which is remarkable, but even more remarkable is the fact that Terry Turco Snodgrass's son, Zach Snodgrass, also lives in Flagstaff, Arizona. So they had a nice chat last night about Flagstaff. And then Terry is related to Dale Vanderwood as well. So that, you know, she was telling us about her trip to Italy with her son, Zach, in September. And how next time, I mean, as soon as they got on the plane headed back, they were like, we got to come back and we're going to spend 2 weeks in Sicily because they spent too much time in Italy. I thought that was funny. But that tells you, folks, you know, Sicily is the place. You got to see it. And so we had a nice chat last night. Unfortunately, I guess we have a conflict with the Sicula Italia Foundation's board meeting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reschedule though, because that time works well for me because my wife also has her quilt guild meeting, and rather than, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what we can do about avoiding that conflict in the future, but for now, at least, we're going to continue with the third Mondays. Okay, so we have a special guest with us. It's her first time tonight. Her name is Mary Di Crescenzo, and her main name is Commendatore. And Mary, I see you there.
Hi.
So Mary, tell us a little bit. I know that your ancestor is from Lentini, your Commendatore ancestor, but
My
tell us a
father-
little bit about yourself, where you live, where you grew up, that kind of thing.
I live in Rhode Island. I was born in Waterbury, Connecticut. That's where most of my Italian relatives started, from Sicily. They all came in from Ellis Island. Some went to Rochester, New York. The others came in right into Waterbury. My mother's parents are also, one is Sicilian, the other one is, my grandfather's from Calabria on my mom's side. My dad's side is who I'm looking for, Alfio Commendatore. He married Paola Gervasi from Syracuse, Priolo, and I only have their birth dates, where they were born, and their parents' names. So I tried to, past few years, just a little at a time, trying to get more information on my great-grandparents. But I did know them, not my great-grandparents, my grandparents. As I was growing up, I was lucky enough to have such a huge family. I'm one of 7. We're all pretty close in living quarters. My mom and dad have passed, and they were always a quiet family. When you ask questions, no answers. You didn't need to know. And we never learned how to speak Italian because my parents wouldn't let us. So it was different, but now I'm learning more and more, and I'd like to go to Sicily someday to continue the search of my family, my ancestors. I do know my mom's side in Calabria, but everyone in that age group are all gone now. They've all lived, some of them lived to 100. But again, they wouldn't talk about family or what went on. There were no pictures. I think it was tough for them. So I found Ellie online, and here I am today. It's my first time. I'm not really knowing what I'm supposed to do, but it's nice to listen to everyone's story. It's amazing.
Well, Mary, I want to thank you so much for sending me information in advance. And I'm going to share my screen and show you what I've built so far on Alfio Commendatore. And given the information that you gave me.
Nella mia scuola c'è una maestra che si chiama Maria Carmela Commendatore ed è di Lentini. Vediamo se riusciamo.
Nick, do you want me to translate some of what Mary Di Crescenzo explained?
Bene o male, sì, grazie.
Allora, lo dico in poche parole, ti do un riassunto.
Un piccolo riassunto, perché qualcosa l'ho capita.
Ok, la signora Di Crescenzo è nata nello stato di Connecticut, qui negli Stati Uniti, però oggi vive in un altro stato che si chiama Rhode Island e fa parte di una grande numerosa famiglia. Non ha, come tanti emigrati, i genitori non volevano che qui si parlasse italiano perché ci sono tanti problemi che poi li posso spiegare un'altra volta. C'era la tradizione italiana, una cosa che io capisco degli anni passati, che i figli non facevano domande ai genitori, e i genitori praticamente non parlavano mai delle cose di famiglia, e quindi lei ora si trova a un certo punto della sua vita come Dante, che nel mezzo del capitolo della sua vita, che ora è curiosa di
selva oscura.
ora è curiosa di sapere la storia della famiglia. E allora parte della sua famiglia è siciliana, da Lentini, il paese vicino Carlentini, e dall'altro lato è dalla Calabria.
Diciamo che siamo uniti. E io stavo dicendo alla signora che io conosco una maestra che insegna nella scuola dove io lavoro, che si chiama Carmela Maria Commendatore, quindi potrebbe essere una sua parente. Vedremo.
Okay, and Mary de Crescenzo, what Silvana is saying is that she knows a teacher who has your last name. Her first name is Carmela Maria, Mary Carmela Commendatore. It's a possibility that you might be related.
Oh, wow. And
Vedremo. Conosco anche altri commentatori, tipo Antonella Commendatore. Insomma, a Lentini ci sono molte persone che si chiamano commentatori.
Okay. She said that she also knows other people by the last name Commendatore.
yes, there is another family here that I did contact in Boston, and his name was Alfio. He said we were not related. Now, is Sylvania, is this from Lentini? That the teacher she knows? Is she from Lentini?
Yeah, it's from Lentini.
Yes, I'm not sure where she would fall into the research that I've done.
Well, you know, if I'm correct, the Lentini and Carlentini are two small towns next to each other. As a matter of fact, Carlentini takes the name of Lentini, who was an older town. They add Carlo. Carlo was a king, and they come up with the name Carlentini. And back then, like in the case, let's say, of my ancestors, so my ancestors are from Cinisi, but right next to it, there is this other town, Carini, and they went back and forth from one town to the other. And so it could be that you might have families, you know, from both towns.
Yeah. Sure.
Ciao a tutti.
Ciao, chi sei, Eleonora?
Ce l'ho fatta. I forgot that we have 6 hours. I can't accept it.
Eleonora, come on.
Eleonora, abbiamo trovato una signora che si chiama Commendatore e naturalmente
Sì.
i suoi antenati sono di Lentini. Ho detto sì, nella mia
Certo,
scuola c'è.
mia nonna commendatore.
Ecco, hai visto? Io ho la maestra che si chiama Commendatore a scuola, quindi chissà che non troviamo qualcosa.
Tra l'altro io sono related con Gary e Dean, penso attraverso la mia bisnonna materna, non la linea paterna, che ho scoperto strada facendo. We will work on myself. How are you, everybody?
I'm going to share my screen again and talk about Alfio Commendatore for just a second. So we know that he was born in Lentini in 1888 and that he died in Waterbury in 1980. Mary, I was able to find his birth record, and it is birth number 633 for the year 1888. And so I created a web link on his profile page here, where if I just click, it'll take us into the his birth record. And one of the great things about these birth records is that they often give a few little details that are interesting about the family. So this is numero 633 in English, 633. And so it says that the year 1888, on the 3rd of December, at the Casa Comunale, in front of the delegato of the mayor, a comparso, Carmela Commendatore. So this is interesting because typically that would be where the father's name would appear. But in this case, we have somebody named Commendatore, but it's a female named Carmela.
Maybe it was the end.
43. She's a contadina and she's domiciled in Lentini. And she says at the hour AM or ante meridiani, due, so 2 AM in the morning, del di due of the day, the second day of the same month, which we know is December.
Scusami, questa signora si chiama Carmela Commendatore, like my la chiama
How about that?
identica,
And it
Commendatore
says
Carmela.
that the house is nella Casa Posta in Via Palma in Lentini. It does
But,
not give a number.
I wonder how come that at 2 a.m. in the morning those offices were open?
No, this is the hour of birth. It's
Birth.
not the
Ah,
hour
okay.
reported.
I was wondering,
So
things
the-
have changed.
Yeah,
Ora non sono
it
aperti
says,
più alle 2 del mattino. Puoi vedere?
although it says that the birth was reported at 6 AM, which that's pretty early.
Don't
for
say
an office to be
Torino
open.
and Lucy Latina, otherwise they will kill us. Ci ammazzano se gli diciamo che ai tempi si apriva alle 6.
No, quando mai?
So it
No.
says that da means of, born of, Concetta Bosco, or Bosco Concetta, moglie
Bosco.
di, moglie is wife of, Commendatore Francesco,
Right.
entrambe contadini. They are both.
Guys,
Yeah.
tonight I think I will leave you earlier because I'm working on the grant. So if you
Well,
need me,
we are blessed to have Maria Pizzo Landraschina translating for us, and now Juicy, I see, has joined us as
so
well.
I crown you the official interpreter of the group. I love
Eleonora,
to delegate. Have I told you?
Eleonora,
Yes,
tu
you're
ci-
wonderful
ma tu domenica
delegator.
sera sei a Carlentini? Ci sei a Carlentini domenica?
Cosa c'è domenica?
Tu dimmi, devi dire, ci sei a Carlentini o no?
Aspetta. Fammi vedere l'agenda. Let me look at... Ah... io ci voglio essere perché c'è il cugino di Nick.
Esatto,
Vero?
e faremo la festa a casa mia. Perché
Ah, che
festeggiamo anche
bello!
Venezia. Dopo la messa di sera, se tu vuoi venire,
Sì.
c'è
Sì,
Antonella,
sì,
suo
sì.
marito.
Sì, ci
Ok.
sono, anche perché quel giorno io sono a Siracusa al lavoro di mattina, quindi non lo so se volete fare un tour di Ortigia, posso offrirvi questo tour.
No, ma noi andiamo prima a messa e poi alle 8 veniamo qua.
Ok, so we meet your
Before you
cousin.
go, you said
Sì.
something about Syracuse. Are you in transition?
I'm moving my job, so I'm working half Ragusa, half Siracusa. So for example, sometimes I have 4 days Siracusa, 2 days Ragusa, and so on. So this year will be a little half and half because my company was going to kill me if I was going to say I have to go to Siracusa and I'm leaving my empty space in Ragusa. I will never do that. So I will wait that somebody is trained and will be excellent to substitute me 100% in Ragusa. So now I'm doing like a 60% Ragusa, 40% Siracusa. And Modica is perfectly located because I drive 20 minutes to go to Ragusa and 45 minutes to go to Siracusa. It takes a little bit longer, but it's doable. It's less than 1 hour. And now they're working on the highway as well. So if you will come back, guys, you will see new streets in Sicily. Woohoo! Strade nuove.
Well,
And we're
it's
working on
good to
this
hear that
plant
you're
as
getting back
well.
closer to home. So that's wonderful.
See, the idea is to move to Carlentini next year. Could be in a house for rent if the countryside is not ready. Could be in the countryside. I don't know. I haven't planned that far. There are things that are not under my control that I cannot really say, like how much it will cost to renovate. Sicily is getting expensive under this point of view. And the workers are all of them so busy. So sometimes they tell you in a month is ready and then it takes 3 months. So we cannot say in advance. But this is my plan next year to be 100% in Siracusa. So I will be always around. But it's not bad. It's doable. I mean, I think that I live in LA. So it takes 1 hour to go around, to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Minimum 1 hour.
Yeah, it takes our daughter an hour to get to work. So, and it's only like
Yeah.
8
Of
miles.
course, in the middle of the A1, of the A10. A10 is what was the name of the biggest highway in LA?
There's the I-10 and
I-10.
yeah,
I-10.
there's
sì.
various 10s down there. Okay, so go get that grant done.
So let me see who is there. Libby, everything is fine with your tour guide? Who else? I will see Louise. Louise is not here. Well, I will see everybody next week, though. Okay.
Okay.
Love you. Ciao. Ciao,
Well,
ciao.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stai andando?
Sì, Silvana, devo presentare questo bando domani, quindi sto lavorando ai documenti. Grazie Maria.
Ele, noi ci
Ok.
scriviamo.
Sì.
Ok.
Mhm. Sono qua al computer. Un abbraccio.
Ciao.
Double.
Ciao, a 2 computer.
Sì.
A 2.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Nick,
yes.
I have to say that I completely lost my voice in the last 2 days. Sorry.
Che hai fatto? Che hai fatto, Giusto?
I'm struggling.
Congratulations on your book.
No, thank you very much. It was, out today. And well, first air conditioning killed me. That's it. It was really air conditioning. I was in a mall. It was so strong that when I went out of the mall, I was already like this. L'aria condizionata, Silvano,
Sì, l'ho capito.
ammazzata
Ti ha
completamente.
è bruttissimo, effettivamente. Poi prende sempre la voce.
Cortisone,
Pure.
tutto, prendendo di tutto.
Facci piano. Prendi delle pilloline, quelle per la voce, che è la
Esatto.
migliore cosa.
So I put Juicy's latest book in the chat log if you guys want to order the Italian copy and practice your Italian reading.
Yeah.
I'm seriously considering doing that myself, Juicy.
Why not? I mean, the story is set and located in Lentini, so it tells about our story, early 20th century. So it's, I mean, it would be nationally distributed, but it's so peculiar the fact that I mean the story actually takes place in a small town in Sicily. And well, it is out today, so both hard copies and ebooks are available on Amazon. So finger
Excellent.
crossed.
Eccellente.
Sì.
E stasera
Okay,
abbiamo
so
dei commentatori, giusto?
E infatti,
Mary che cerca la famiglia commentatore, quindi forse la possiamo aiutare. Magari.
so I'm going to go back to this discussion of Alfio Commendatore, and if I can get his profile back. So, Mary, are you still there with us?
I am, yes.
Okay, so one of the things that I was able to figure out was that Francesco was born about 1849, but that wasn't from Alfio's birth record. It was from his brother's birth record, Salvatore. And I don't think I did a web link for that, but Salvatore was born 14th September 1886. And you can see I did a little transcript of what it says on Salvatore's birth record. Nella casa posta in Via Palma, numero 312, 312. And so they actually gave the house number in Lentini where Salvatore was born. Presumably your ancestor Alfio was born at that same address. And it does give, it says that he's the son of Francesco di Anni 37, which, or 37, which is how I arrived at the 1849 estimated birth of Francesco. So based on the fact that you said that Francesco and Concetta had 3 children, Salvatore, Alfio, and Philadelphia, I would start to search for the marriage records prior to the birth in 1886.
They were married in 1876 and had 6 children.
6 children?
Okay.
Wow.
Put it in the chat.
Okay, so
Okay.
I can't see the chat when I'm sharing my screen, so I'm going to stop to. You put it in the chat, you said?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, here it is. They were
Thank you.
married January 26, 1876. Thank you, Dean.
Wow.
So, oh, and also you have the birth dates in here.
And their
So
parents.
as advertised, Dean Badiato, you are a jewel, sir. Thank you.
Dean.
So I'm going to go back and share that screen, and I'm going to put that in the notes for Francesco. And I like to also put where I got things. So I credit Dean in the notes. October 16th, 1849 is Francesco's birth. So my estimated birth is accurate. And
Also have his parents.
you have his parents as well.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Was he born in Lentini, Dean?
Yes.
I don't know why. Doesn't do that more automatically for me. Well, there's a hint now that we have a birth date. Okay, do you know this person, Mary Ellen Gambini?
Yes, I do. That's my cousin.
Okay,
My computer's gonna die. Yes, Ellen is my cousin.
okay. So she doesn't really have any additional information, but I'm just going to save that to the tree.
Okay.
Just so you know that she's working on it as well. Okay, so Dean just put some more stuff in the chat. So let me see. Oh, Sherry had to take off. Let's see. What do we got here? I don't see anything more in the chat, Dean. You might have sent it
Scroll
to
up.
somebody else.
It's up above Monica's comment.
Monica's comment. Oh, okay. Francesco Commendatory. And so is this from a family group sheet that you've prepared, Dean?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dean. This is a treasure to me.
Okay, so we can add that later. So how are we doing time-wise? It's almost 3 o'clock. I had a few other things I wanted to mention. So I've got line guys outside my window here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So I wanted to put this in the chat because Dean had given me also some suggested ideas for topics in the future. And navigating the registries for Palermo and Catania province in Nadi, downloading pictures to ancestry profiles, adding music. So something to think about for the future. Dean, do you want to say anything about navigating the registries for Palermo and Catania province? What did you have in mind for that?
Well, it's just because they're so big and it's hard to, if there's a way to kind of edit what you need because they're so big, especially Palermo. And there's so many different Palermos that I can't, if somebody knows how to navigate that better, I don't know, it would be helpful, I think. Just because of the size.
Yeah, I know that when you're working in the city of Palermo, there's actually a family search wiki page that gives you quite a few details on how to navigate that. Because I did some client work for some folks that had Palermo ancestors, and that was a real revelation. Because there's some printed indexes that were done for the city of Palermo, and they actually in Palermo they actually break it down by neighborhood. I guess what you call a neighborhood or district.
I think I saw that.
Their neighborhoods. So, was Palermo is, been the capital of Sicily. It's a fairly large city. Lots of different churches too. If you walk to the streets of Palermo, you just about every other block there is a church. They might not be big churches, but they are churches. And so I think it's easier, especially if you have an idea more or less where your family came from that particular city. So it will be easy for you to help you with your research. But the other thing about Palermo, that there is Palermo, but then there is Palermo is not just the capital, but it's also the province. And so within the province, then you have all the other small towns. So, and that's also helpful to know what if they were born not in the city, but in the towns, it will be helpful for you. It will make it easier. Silvana, stavo spiegando che Palermo è non solo la capitale della Sicilia, ma anche la provincia. E questo signore, il signore Battiato, che ha dei problemi, cioè, facendo queste ricerche, ho spiegato pure che Palermo, come anche Catania, Siracusa, tutte le città italiane, ha diversi nomi secondo dove abiti, sia a Palermo, ma ne in questa sezione.
Certo, la provincia contiene tutti i comuni.
Sì, sì.
I've had some luck recently in listings for Polizia Generosa in Palermo. So far, I've just found listings, which are nice because they're typed and you can read them. I have not found actual records yet, but I haven't tried. So now I have some dates that I didn't have before, and so I'll keep looking there.
I think the other thing that, you know, if you're researching stuff in Italy, the other thing to remember is that, let's say during the war, you know, before the Americans landed, there were parts of Sicily that were bombed and bombed and bombed, and a lot of these records are lost, or, you know, through the passing of time, the stuff gets old, the things get misplaced. So you also have those kind of problems.
I
So there's
also
some
noticed
records.
that on Antonati in Syracuse, I had Catania listed, but I thought Catania was a whole different province, a whole different city. So that was confusing to me.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying it's important for someone to know the province and then the town. Ho spiegato di nuovo a Silvana come è importante sapere con più precisione questi antenati, dove sono nati, e anche dei problemi quando ci sono queste ricerche, perché certo che tu sai che durante il periodo della Seconda Guerra Mondiale gli americani si sono divertiti con le bombe, e quindi ci sono molte cose che non si trovano più.
In particolare, fino a poco tempo fa c'erano ancora le case dirottate dalla guerra.
Sì.
Dean, this is the family search wiki page for Palermo genealogy. And, you know, I got there from going to the research wiki and then just putting Palermo in the search box. And then I selected this topic, Palermo, Sicily, Italy genealogy. So let me put that in the chat for everyone, so that you get an idea of the wiki and the power of the wiki at Family Search. It's amazing. And you should do this for every geographic level. Look it up in the wiki. So one of the things it talks about is municipalities in Palermo. So this is, we were just talking about Polizia Generosa, for example. So that is right there. Termini Imerese is another community in the province of Palermo. But in addition to the cities or municipalities within the province, there are neighborhoods or districts within the city of Palermo. And
In
Not
italiano
quite
si chiamano comuni.
Comune, sì.
Comuni. I comuni fanno parte della provincia. Ogni provincia ha i suoi comuni. Noi siamo comune di Carlentini, comune di Lentini, comune di Augusta, comune di Francofonte.
Lui sta
tutti i comuni.
parlando, Silvana,
Di-
sta parlando dei diversi, un quartiere, per esempio a Palermo c'è un quartiere che si
Palermo,
chiama
certo.
Castellammare. Sta
No.
parlando di questo.
A Castellammare non è un quartiere, è un comune.
A Palermo c'è un quartiere che si chiamava Castellammare. C'è poi il paese, il mio paese, che si chiama Castellammare
Quindi
del Nord.
è una doppia differenza. Certo, anche nei comuni a Carlentini ci sono i quartieri.
Sì.
Ovunque,
So
anche nei...
this is the family search catalog, and it gives you a list of topics for Palermo. And this is Palermo, the province. So we actually want Palermo, the city. And you'll get a another listing. That's interesting. It came up with Roca. I'm trying to find that descriptive article about the indexes, but let's just go in here to civil registration. Okay, so here's Palermo, Palermo. And you can see that there's 8 pages of records for Palermo. And these are all the more recent ones, it looks like. So when you go back to the listing, if you go to this one, that's 1820 to 1908, that's the older things. Some of them are available online. So clicking here, you can get in to see all of that. Yeah, you were talking also about Antonati. And so let me just show you. When you go to the Antonati main page and you search on locality, Palermo. Oops. Okay. So interestingly, there are Palermo records in the State Archive of Palermo, in the State Archive of Catania, and the State Archive of Trapani. Not sure why that is. But you can also see when you expand these series, these are you know, all the various towns, like Chinese is the one Tammy and Maria Landrashina is interested in. Okay, so when you get to Palermo and you see Sezione Baeda, for example, Baeda rather, is a neighborhood within Palermo. And all of these are neighborhoods within the city of Palermo. There's an area in town that's called the Four Corners.
Sezione means section.
Yeah. Sezione means section, which is synonymous in this case with a neighborhood. So it's a long list. There's Baida, Brancaccio, Falso Miele, Mezzo Moriale, on down the list. So I think the saints are the ones that are at the, what do they call it? The Quattri. Those of you who've been to Palermo, do you recall
Quattrocanti.
what I'm talking about?
So in Palermo, there is an area, it's kind of a square called Quattro, which is 4, Canti, which is corner, Quattro Canti.
So Quattro Canti is where 4 of these neighborhoods come together. So the Sant'Agata neighborhood is one of them, and I believe these other saint names are part of the Quattro Canti.
Quattro canti actually means 4 corners. It is exactly, so it is exactly sort of little square in Palermo, and the 4 corners are very famous.
They're famous for the architecture.
Doesn't really refer to the various neighborhoods, but oh, here's the districts right here. Albergaria, Serral, Cadillo Capo, La Loggia, and Calza. And each of them have a patron saint. So I think they would also be known by their patron saints as well. And that's what we were seeing on the Sezione Sant'Agata, Sezione Sant'Oliva. So that's just an example of how Palermo is divided up into these neighborhoods. Now there is an index of Palermo births. And I think it's been digitized by Ancestry. So this is only 1876 to 1885. But I believe there is actually a more extensive index than that. There's some descriptive information. More than 80% can be traced to Palermo. An index was created of these records by Italy's government, but that index was arranged alphabetically by the husband's surname. The database allows researchers to search Palermo's birth records more thoroughly. One can search either by the father's surname or the mother's. So this is kind of a handy database at Ancestry. Which if you have Palermo ancestry that you're trying to figure out. So anyway, that's a little bit, I mean, we could spend an entire session, Dean, just talking about Palermo research.
Well, that was helpful.
It's a subject all unto itself. So I see Mary had to depart. Let's see, who else do we have here? So Marianne Safio, I wanted to ask you, did we ever get your family tree into our shared Italians of Omaha tree?
I thought we did, but then Ken Caniglia also, I'm part of that tree. There's a
Uh-huh.
connection with Ken's tree.
Oh, yeah, I remember discussing that with Ken.
Right.
So,
How can I tap into the tree, that tree myself?
well, I can share the tree with you, so I can share the tree with anybody who's interested.
Okay,
Just invite, and I can set you up as a guest. Um, I trust you, so I'm going to allow you to see the living people. So tell me your email real quick, Marianne.
historylovers@cox.net.
Anybody else want their email added to this?
Go ahead, put mine in.
You're already in, Dean.
Okay.
Add me, because I don't think I have the living.
Who's me?
Monica.
I can't see the screen right now. Who am I talking to?
Monica, add Monica. I think I have access, but not to see the living. I'd like to see the living.
Okay, so Monica, what's your email again?
MLZENDEJAS@hotmail.com.
MLZENDEJAS@hotmail. Oops. Anybody else?
Nick, it's Meg. Would you add me as well?
What's your email, Meg?
It's Megalina, MEGALINA _8, that's the number 8, at MSN.com.
Does that look right, Meg?
Well, I don't see it.
Megalina. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I'm sorry. Well, Megalina _8@msn.com. Anyone else? Okay, please enter a valid. Okay, I gotta get that one off there. Send invites. Invites sent successfully. So check your email, Marianne and Monica and Meg, and we'll see if you received that. If you didn't, let me know.
Okay, will do.
Okay. So Marianne, going back to you. So let me share my screen. Okay, so these are the emails that I sent to.
Okay.
And let's see. So I'm not seeing you in the tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search all collections. Mary and so file and Omaha, Douglas, Nebraska, search. Okay. Were you born in November of 46?
Yes.
Is this you here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to save that to the tree. Okay, so what's your dad's name?
Sebastian,
Do you know his birth date?
August 5th, August 13, 1913.
Omaha?
Omaha, yes, Douglas.
Okay. So, gee, only 16 hints. So somebody named Peterson has been busy on your family. Al
Wonder who that
Kinnaid,
would be.
not
Wonder
sure
who
who
that
that
would
is.
be.
Let me just do this. Let me make sure I don't have him in the tree already. Did he die in 2012?
Correct?
Marianne, did your dad die in 2012?
Yes.
So I do have him in the tree. So your mom is Rosalie Barber?
Correct?
Okay. So let's see. Go in here and edit relationships. Add mother. What was it, Rosalie Barber?
Yes.
Save.
Was it Barber or Barberi?
No, Barber. She was not Italian.
Okay, so we have quite a bit, and I recognize these two from Ken's tree last night.
Right.
So Ken is also descended of Sebastiano and Althea.
Okay, yes.
And so this one, we need some help on. Mr. Dean, Mr. Jim, Dominic. Dominic was born in Catania, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, that explains why we have very little on him. So, profile says before 1856. And the source on that one is that's weird. Shows a family tree as the source, but it doesn't say which family tree.
Well, I've got Pasquale and Maria di Pasquale.
Do you have their place of birth?
I have Pasquale.
Catania?
Nope. It is Beffia. B-A-F-I-A.
I'm sorry, one more time.
B as in boy. A-F-I-A.
I'm not getting it, Jim. Can you put it in the chat?
Sure.
Okay, Bafia Messina. Okay, got it now. Let's go back here. That's interesting. Sophia Messina.
I don't know where that came from. Came
There's a
from
hint.
somebody.
Let's see what the rest of the world. Of course, Gary Gibilisco. He's got it.
Oh, he's got a lot of stuff.
Right.
And then I got a second. Oh yeah. Let's see.
He doesn't have anything more than what we already have. So I'm gonna
Okay, I
ignore
got the marriage too for Maria and Pasquale.
Okay, so let's do this. We will go to Jim's tree. And we're going to search for Pasquale. And you have him with
Hold on. I got 3 different marriages here.
So is he the one 1851 to 1911? No?
Yeah. It's him, but he's got
Oh, I see. Yeah, he's got
3 different wives.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. Is that a surprise, Marianne?
I know nothing about that. Would that be my great grandfather?
I guess so. The guy who's the father of Domenico.
Yeah, right. I know nothing about that at all.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So you have documented the marriage to Giuseppe Piccolo,
and then
but you don't show marriage dates for the others. You have
for Anna Latina.
It's not showing up on his profile.
Well, I probably just didn't create a record.
Oh, okay.
Domenico had a sister, Rosa. Is she on there?
Nope.
Well, let's do this. I'm going to add what you have to the Italians of Omaha. Save the tree. Pasquale. Okay, so I'm going to go with about 1851.
And I got an alternate place of birth too, because I haven't looked these up. So let me grab
That's
that.
for Carmelo and Venera.
Copy. Paste. There's an alternate place of birth.
Yeah, I saw you had that. I should have copied that. Okay, so
Yeah. These other towns.
I'll just put it in the notes. What was the alternate?
It's in the chat. Castro Real, Messina.
Okay, so let's go back to the tree. Do you have anything on Maria's parents? No. And we don't know her place of birth.
We'll get there eventually.
You don't have her marriage to Pasquale either. So it
No.
might not have been a Carlentini marriage.
Well, Domenico was born in Catania.
Uh-huh. In 1876. So,
Yeah. So, you know, it,
and marriage for Maria.
Many times the marriage took place in the wife's hometown.
yeah. But I would not guarantee that it is Catania. And Catania has lists and lists and lists of of indexes to go through.
So that's a subject unto itself. Ancestry also has a catalog. And when you search the catalog for Catania, and since Dean was asking about Catania as well, I don't know why it comes up with Caltagirone, but you can get certain communities in Catania province, but not Catania proper. I think what may have happened there is that the boundaries changed for the province of Catania and Caltanissetta and Caltagirone. But we need our historians to tell us more about that. Oh, Dean, see
Yeah.
these related data collections? Palermo, Italy, births 1896 to 1905,
Yeah.
and Palermo, Italy, marriages 1820 to 1895.
Hmm.
These are the ones that based on those printed indexes that were done. And so this is everybody named Catania that was born in Palermo, to confuse matters. But it's interesting because they have the dates in the Italian version. They're similar, but May is Maggio instead of May. So so this, when you have these volume and page numbers, that's a reference to that index book that was created. And I've seen actual pages from the index book for Palermo at Family Search, but Ancestry has created an index for us. So
Was it easy to read or was it typed out or what?
Well, they had, it looked like
yeah,
there
it
was
was,
a picture there on the left of that,
yeah,
of
but
that
it wasn't
one.
actually. It wasn't
But
actually.
but that's just an index card.
Yeah. But these two databases are huge for Palermo. Anyway,
Ragazzi,
let's
io
go
vi
back to
saluto.
this.
Ci vediamo la prossima settimana, ok? Ciao a tutti,
Ciao Silvana.
alla
Buonanotte.
prossima. Buonanotte. Ciao ciao.
Ciao. So interesting, you have Messina ancestry as well as the Catania connection, Marianne.
Okay.
So now with the Portali Antonati access, we should be able to go to Bafia and see if that shows up. Bafia didn't come up as a place name. So let's try that other town. What was it? Castro
Real.
And the year was 1851. Narrow it down to the birth records. And go to the year 1851. And then we'll look at the index. The very bottom of the thumbnails. Ooh.
Sophia, near the end.
Wow, those are tough.
Yeah, they always are.
And they're not in alpha order either.
Nope. Hate it when that happens.
Really hard to read.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And there's no guarantee it's in here either.
Ah,
Since there's only 3 pages, though, we'll give you a
Hold
quick.
on. You put my
there, yeah, there.
Antonia.
I think I saw it.
No, there was an Antonia, Sophia.
Oh,
And it does say Bafia. So that's it.
Might want to
Well,
look at
who
the
was-
parents' names.
Yeah. Good call, Dean. What were the parents' names? Right there. You just went by it. It was like
16.
about 16.
16. Okay, so Antonia, Sophia,
And Dominica.
and the parents are Antonino and Domenica. And his parents supposedly are Carmelo and Venera.
Might be a cousin or something.
Yeah.
Could be. Okay, so we got 2 more
Wait a minute, there's
pages.
Venera Mirabile.
Did I just go by that?
Yeah. Isn't that the mother?
Yeah. We
You
saw
got
that
that?
on the presentation.
Way at the bottom.
Right there, number 26.
Huh. Pasquale and Domenica. So this is a daughter. No, Mirabile. Okay, so
Venera Mirabile was Pasquale's mother.
yeah, but she was born about 1833 and we're looking at 1851. So it's probably a niece or something. Pasquale Domenica Mirabile, and we're looking for Pasquale Venera. No, we're looking for Carmelo and Venera.
Another Venera mirabile. Maybe.
Oh. Is it
33.
33.
Yeah. No.
You got a good eye, Dean. Looking for Sophia though. Sophia. Sophia. Nope.
Looking for Pasquale. It's on.
Mirabile. Well, he wasn't actually born in 18.
Well, you got one more column to go there.
I'm sorry.
You had one more column to go, didn't you?
No, because that's
Okay, that is okay.
you got the name, and then you got the patria, and then you got the parents.
And
And
then
then
what's
the
the last date on there? Oh, well, these should be in numerical order. They should be. This only goes to like August. Scroll up a
Interesting.
little bit. July, August. Is there a part 2?
It's June.
Is there a part 2 on this?
No.
51, nope, only one.
I'm missing a register, it looks like.
Yeah, missing 52. Well,
Yeah, there's no cover page to tell you what you got here either.
yeah.
Well, this is a deeper dive than we probably.
Yeah, that's
Much
for
deeper
sure.
dive. Much
good.
deeper.
That is gonna take some work.
Mm-hmm.
So Ken doesn't have any of this on his?
Well,
Well,
on
he
the
has
Sophia,
my grandmother's side, the Canadian
might.
side. Yeah, okay. He
Yeah,
won't have the Sophia side.
I don't think so, but
Right. No, I don't think he will.
I think I don't recall if he gave me access to his tree or not. I have to look.
Okay.
Well, I had a couple, at least one more generation above that.
On the Sophias?
Yeah. I think, who was it, Pasquale? Yeah, I got, well, Carmelo and Venera.
Right. And those came out of the marriage record,
Right.
I would assume.
Yep. Let's see.
There's 2 marriages.
Yeah. No, it came from maybe Domenico's birth record.
Oh, okay.
That's where I got the names. And she was probably the first one. Well, yeah. 1871. He was the first guy. That was the first marriage.
So Dean, you said that there was a Rosa in there as well?
In the chat,
Okay,
So where was she born?
was the sister.
Carlentini,
So he moved to Carlentini.
or wherever, I don't know. I think,
So this is Dean's note here. Rosa Sophia was the sister of Domenico, born 1879, married to Francesco Valona, born October 5th, 1875.
that guy was from Lentini, I think.
Francesco was?
Yeah,
Got a Rosa in here someplace. No, I haven't come across Rosa yet.
so maybe they got married in Lentini.
Good. Yep.
So that's also a daughter of Maria di Pasquale.
I think anybody before 1897 is probably Maria.
What was it, 1879?
Yeah,
Let's see if we got that right. Yeah. So Dominic was born in Catania. So Dean, where did you get Rosa? Is that from
I think that was from,
Lentini? Carlentini?
might have been a birth record from Lentini or Carlentini. Let me check.
So, let's see. I think who did we have here? We had Piccolo, and then we had
Anna
for
Latina?
Anna. I think on mine. I think I have. Let me see. I think I had the marriage record for that. So let me see there.
You have the number handy?
That's what I'm looking up. It is number 60 in 1911. And there's also an annotation in a Carlentini birth record for Anna, I think. 7 in 1845.
Okay, so, oh, I put this in the wrong place then.
What you got there? That's Piccolo. And there was another reference I had too for that.
So Anna was born
In 1845.
and you had the
Birth
Rita.
record. Yeah, that is 7 of 1845. And let's see, when did she die? Who was that? Who died? And that was
She died
Pasquale.
in 1912.
Yeah, but there was, okay, so you were looking at Pasquale there, and he died after 1911.
Well, it should say whether he was alive or dead in her death record.
Yeah, that's why it's after, yeah, that is true.
So,
So do I have a death record for her? Probably
simply-
should. I probably should. Oh, well, look at this. It's in part 2, B1.
part
Yeah,
two.
the death records, Morty.
B1, you said?
It is
Boy.
in part 2, B1, record 1. In whatever year, what year was it?
1912.
1912, yeah.
So that would be,
I don't know why it would be in Carlentini's index. She must have. That should be easy enough to look up. Except for me, because I think I discontinued my world membership. Yeah. So you got to go find wherever part 2 is, which should be like another cover page. Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, part 2, series A. So
Okay, well, pretty close.
series B.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm not sure what the difference would be, why they would put
What's
it
the
in.
number again, Jim?
It
here's
was
One,
number
there it is.
1. It's a top 1.
That's it.
Okay, so
Why would they put it in here? Why would it be,
since we have received from
and where did she die?
Lentini, it says they received it from Lentini right here.
Okay, so that's what, so part B is about people who died elsewhere. I think Series C was like war casualties, if you ever get around to those. But so this should have all of her parents. This should have like all of the other important stuff in here.
Well, this is referencing, it's referencing her death in 1912 in Lentini. So what we need to do.
Yeah,
is
you got to
to
go. Well, it should have the record number in here too for Lentini.
Well, I was looking and I didn't see it. I was just going to go look it up in the Lentini death index.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's try number 3. Latina.
In June.
Sebastiano.
It
No,
was in June.
it's in
The date
June.
I have, yeah.
Well, let's It's not here. Huh. Weird.
Or was, okay. All right. Scroll down. Well, actually, no, the record in Carlentini was in 1912. And so you have to go back, I'd go back maybe about a year.
Okay, so it might have been the previous year. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if it wasn't there, then I'd go back maybe a year. You know, they just send it, you know, they don't have like email. Here it is. No, that's Maria. Anna.
Well, again, we're into a deeper dive than what
Yeah.
we probably have time for at this point.
You're
And
also
I need to-
patient. Oh,
Check
so
the,
I need to
patient.
excuse myself.
check the father's name.
Say
Father's
again.
name. Check the father's name on the index. So maybe Maria and Anna got mixed up, or sometimes Maria.
Well, I have a couple of names here, right? And I don't know. I have Anna and I have Sebastiana.
But check the.
I'm going to step away. I'll be right back.
What was Anna's father's name?
Anna Salvatore.
You know, on the Maria, that said Salvatore was her father. So that'd be worth checking out. If you know the parents' names, you can maybe match it or not.
Yeah.
So that could have been it.
Did I get lost someplace here?
It's awful quiet, people.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm lost.
There, you know, it's like, let's see, Pasquale Sapaio was married 3 times. Anna Latina was married. I have 3 marriages for her.
So yeah, we got sort of lost in the weeds on Anna Latina though, because we were trying to figure out Pasquale's birth or death
Yeah.
rather.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just thinking that we have the cemetery registers for after 1911.
Do I got
That
that?
would be a bit of a job, but you could, of course, we don't know he was buried in Carlentini either. But
No, I
that
don't
would be
know.
something to check.
That's easy enough to look up and, you know, find a grave,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Oh, yeah, just go to the cemetery site. Well, yeah, but we don't have that. A lot of those old graves from, you know, the turn of the century, are not there anymore.
Yeah,
So that's where the registers come in handy. Is it anything? Well, and especially for after vital records are available in the I guess the 40s is the latest that we have death records.
yeah.
And we have, I think, cemetery registers that go into the 50s is all. So there's kind of a high value in that part of it.
Oh, another day.
Another day, another dollar.
Another day. This is involved. Thank you for all of your help. Oh, you're also patient. You understand it. So
Well, I just realized you've been so faithful, and I couldn't recall that we'd ever actually put you in the tree. Although we had quite a bit on your ancestors, and we found a bit more today, didn't we?
right, right. But again, nothing on grandfather's side. It's all on the Caniglia side. And like I say, Ken was instrumental in doing a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. So
Well, I'll look
I think
up what you sent me, Nick, and you know, see what I see and what I recognize, and then kind of let
Okay.
you know. Okay.
Yeah, if you can get into that into the Italians of Omaha tree, you can see, and I can make you a contributor if you want to add pictures or that kind of thing. That's one of the
Unfortunately, we
things.
don't. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have that, or if we have pictures, there's no names attached to them.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I don't have any aunts anymore, or in the cousins. They don't recognize these people. So that's what's so sad about this whole family tree.
Hmm.
But if we could just at least get the names from the records, that I'd appreciate that. I may not have pictures, but names would be good.
It's the great thing about the Carlentini Cemetery is they put the pictures on the graves.
Oh, okay.
There's a few in Holy Sepulchre that have pictures on the graves too.
In Omaha?
Yeah. So Donna, I've been chatting with Sherry about your connection to Dale.
Yeah.
And she sent me a bunch of pictures of your mom's trip to Carlentini.
And I was
So
with them too.
you were with her?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and Sherry's grandpa was there too?
Yes, and yeah, and her grandmother, my mother, me, and Fred and Teresa Ruma.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because Dale was talking about, these various relatives, and then Sherry started sending me pictures of all these relatives. So
Well, he had a picture.
I added them to the Italians of Omaha tree, and I put captions on them.
This past week here, or last week, I guess it was, I had done the 23andMe, and that's why I wasn't getting anything. So I did the Ancestry one now. So when that comes, now when that comes in, do I send that to you, or how's that work?
Well, the best way is to share your results with me.
Okay.
And I can walk you through the steps of how to do that when your results come in.
Okay. That'd
And
be great.
Sherry shared her results with me. And so if you can do the same, then I can bring them both up on the screen.
Yeah, that'll be about another 6 more weeks or 5 more weeks anyway. So
Yeah.
that'll be good.
Donna, excuse me, but how is Dale related to us? 'Cause I
How are
missed
we?
that.
How are we related to you?
Mm-hmm.
No,
No, I mean, Dale
Dale.
is that guy.
Well,
No, I mean, I know about us, but I mean, I missed link with him.
Nick,
Okay,
there's
so
something.
I can show that to you if you would like. Let me see who the home person is right at the moment. I think I need to change it.
No, I mean,
Says-
because I know clearly how I'm related to Donna, Sherry, and Sarah, but I missed the fact that Dale was connected to us as well. I know he's a toddler, right?
Right.
So,
So when you go to the tree, I made you the home person, so all the relationships will show up and explain how you are related. So Dale is here, and if we go to his profile, he is the great grand nephew of the husband of your great grand aunt.
Okay, that's to Daryl's side, Juicy.
Right.
oh, okay.
So here you are down here, Juicy, and here's
Okay,
your mom.
here's the link. No, I found it. It's Maria Ruma, right?
Mhm.
That's
And,
my.
and Maria Ruma should be when she was the one of the sisters, right? Donna, now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
get it.
Because it's on the. I think it's on what's on the Ruma side.
Yes, exactly. Because I mean, we always talk about that with Sherry, the fact that we always thought that the Rumas were just brothers, but there were two sisters that I mean nobody talked about.
No.
And so now I get it.
Yeah, and I know nothing about
Salvatore
that.
over here is
That's my grandfather.
your grandfather and Sherry's great.
Great, yes.
And so I believe Dale comes in off of the Maria Ruma. Yeah.
Off of yes, off of the Maria.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
And she was the sister of my great grandfather.
And I knew nothing about them. I know nothing about them.
Yeah, but I mean, but nobody knew, nobody talked about these two sisters.
Nick, that Alfio Ruma and Lucia were my dad's godparents.
Oh, Philly.
oh, really?
Oh.
And they witnessed my grandparents' wedding.
Oh, that's on Sarita's side of the family then too, I think.
Yeah, when my dad
Yes.
saw Sarita, he thought it was his godmother.
No, but maybe can you say again? So what? I mean, they were what?
They were my dad's godparents.
Oh. Such a small world.
Yeah. I have a picture of her. I'll have to add to my website so you guys can grab it.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so from Dale, it goes up to Sandra Turco. And so Dale's also related to all of our Turco friends too. Well, not all of them. Is he related to you too, Mary Kay?
Distantly. Yeah, I mean, probably a fourth or fifth cousin.
And Sebastiana, but his is Lucia. So where's his Ruma connection? Oh, it's through marriage, I think.
Yes, I think it is
Yes.
through marriage.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. It's when Salvatore Todoro got married with Maria Roma. It's right, just to the move to the right
Yeah,
here. I mean, the two, these two pictures exactly.
yeah. So Dale's great grandparents or great grandmother was Lucia. And her brother was Salvatore. And Salvatore was married to Maria Roma, which is your connection.
Jeez.
What a tangled web we weave.
Oh boy. We're all related in some way.
Well, Carlentini wasn't that big, and it is still not that big. So, I mean, there's always something. If we are not related, we're definitely close friends. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
All right, folks, I think this is the end. Il fin.
It was very interesting, Nick.
See everybody
Yeah,
next
we had
week.
a good meeting. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you all. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Get well,
Bye.
Juicy.
Hopefully. Bye.
Ciao, tutti.
Bye. Bye. Ciao. Ciao.